Welcome to KACE Cloud Mobile Device Manager. In this video, I'll walk you through the steps for setting up our Ldap sync service. Ldap sync service can be installed to an on-prem network environment with Active Directory configured. The service provides a continuous one-way sync from your Active Directory to KACE Cloud MDM. First, let's make sure we have the most up-to-date version of the Ldap sync server. Once signed into KACE Cloud MDM, go to the Settings page, and then select the Ldap sync service page in left navigation. If you're using the most current version, you'll see this note. But as an example, if you needed to download the client, you'd click this link. Once it's downloaded, we can open it and review the license agreement. Accept the agreement and install. We can approve Quest as a verified publisher here. Once it's completed, click Finish. And again, we can approve Quest as a verified publisher here. Now, using the client, we'll sign into KACE Cloud. Enter your KACE Cloud subdomain or tenant name and your email address and password. Note that the account must be local, as single sign-on in the client isn't supported yet. After clicking Next, the Ldap sync service is now installed to my environment, so I can use this wizard to pre-populate KACE Cloud MDM with my user database, and I'm going to select which pieces of the database I'd like to bring over. First, we'll connect to Ldap using a regular Active Directory account. You'll enter your domain name, login and password, click Login to confirm that the credentials were accepted, and then click Next. On the next screen, we'll confirm the forest for sync. The forest address shown in this one is the one associated with my login credentials on the previous screen. If you need to call up a different forest, you can just re-enter those credentials by clicking back, updating the login info, and clicking Next. For my example, this is the correct forest address, so I'll keep moving through the wizard. Now we'll select domain names or organizational units from which user accounts will be imported. For each OU, I'll click Add, open the file tree and look for my domain or OU. I'm going to choose an OU called Test Admins, and then click OK. And then click Next. The next screen lets us map attributes. At a minimum, we have to map name and email, and if we click Yes, those two attributes will show up mapped on the next screen, right here. To map additional Ldap attributes to KACE Cloud user attributes, click Add. You can map a predefined user field, or define a custom field. I'm going to define a custom user field and call it username. I'd like to map it to the Ldap attribute called name. And once I locate that, I'll click OK. You can see it's been added to the list. I'd also like to include the managers for my users, so I'll custom map that one as well. Click Add, select Define Custom User Field, call this one Manager, and then I'll map it to the Ldap attribute called Manager that happens to represent the value that I want. All of these attributes are added to the list, as you can see here. You can also remove an attribute if you change your mind. And before we move on, these are the predefined user fields that I could have worked with. Pretty standard. When I'm done, I'll click Next. Now we can confirm our selections. They look good, so I'll click Save. After everything is confirmed as saved, we'll receive a message that the Ldap sync has been started. Click OK, then you can close or hide the wizard. As a last step, you can monitor or confirm the sync in the KACE Cloud admin portal. I'll just pull that browser up again. From the Users page, you'll notice the number of users increase as the user accounts are synced. My set of users was originally 20. You can confirm the new attribute mappings by opening any user account from the domain you used. And in the right panel, these attributes are marked with a blue dot. You can see email address and full name, which actually can't be edited, plus the two I added, username and manager. You'll also find that all custom fields have been added to the User Filter section in the left-hand Filters panel. Here we see Manager and Username. And that's how you use the Ldap Sync service in Case Cloud Mobile Device Manager. For additional information on working with Ldap Sync service, visit the Help Center, where you can review additional Ldap documentation. To review documentation, visit docs.casecloud.com. If you have additional product questions, visit us at support.quest.com, and stay connected by following us on Twitter @QuestExperts.